we interrupt local broadcasting to notify you of events taking place in the city of Detroit and the Metro Detroit area. Stand by for current updates.
From the Michigan Authority Message Center comes this emergency action notification. Roy Sutton, also known as the idiot of East Point, has escaped a detention center in downtown Detroit. Roy is the one responsible for the East Point incident that occurred just last week. Citizens of Detroit are ordered to find confinement indoors and remain there until the all-clear signal is given.
Stay tuned to this channel for further updates, or turn on a radio or police scanner.
Joseph and Nicholas Sutton, sons of Roy, have been contacted about their father's actions. Joseph and Nicholas had been able to detain their father in the East Point incident, so their assistance has been requested. We will soon be informed on Roy's current actions and specific location by Detroit police. A barricade of authorities is now being set up around the Detroit perimeter. No curfew has been issued at this time.
This emergency action notification is brought to you by 1-600-FREE. For video game advice and tips, call free.
Update. It has been reported that a total of 10 to 15 Detroit residents have received the Noogie Schmack Hoobie Cram headlock from Roy. Due to the underestimated nature of this escaped asshole, Joseph and Nick requested the assistance of Vigilante Avenger Artie, also known as the strongest man in the world. The Detroit City Artie signal will soon be activated. If Artie is listening, come to the city at once.
The RT signal will now commence in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The RT signal is now activated.
We return with this emergency notification. Artie has seen the signal and has arrived in Detroit 1 hour after this signal was activated. He is now being informed by Detroit police on the second incident of Roy Sutton currently taking place. Artie will soon confront Roy in the streets of Detroit. A curfew is now in effect for Detroit and surrounding areas. For your safety, remain indoors and tuned into this broadcast. An abrupt battle has commenced in the city streets between Artie and Roy. Roy attempted a headlock 3 times, but Artie dodged all attacks. Artie is now attempting to lift the car, but appears to be having trouble. Roy has now succeeded in headlocking Artie. Artie is now receiving a devastating cram. It appears Joseph and Nicholas just arrived. They threw a bowling ball to Artie, which distracted Roy. Artie has now dived on the bowling ball, and appears to be wrestling it somehow. Roy has now declared that he is the greatest bowler in the world. Roy is now attempting to retrieve the bowling ball, but Artie is refusing to give it up. The struggle ensuing here is immense. Both men have taken to the ground, rolling down the now empty streets of Detroit. Joseph and Nicholas appear to be closing in on the two with a net of some kind. This is the emergency alert system of the Michigan Authority Message Center. Roy has once again been detained. I repeat, Artie has succeeded with the help of Joseph and Nicholas, who wrapped both men in a net provided by the Detroit police. Roy is now being taken back into custody under heavy guard. Artie is currently receiving medical attention by paramedics, but he looks to be okay. Stay tuned for concluding updates on this incident.
The RT signal will now deactivate in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Curfew has now been lifted for the Metro Detroit area.
Vigilante Artie is now being congratulated for his efforts in helping to detain Roy Sutton. To celebrate, Artie is climbing along a nearby goalpost. He has been offered a large check for his heroic deeds, but declined the check, saying he would like a pet turtle instead. Artie is currently attempting communication with his new pet turtle, while Joseph Sutton guides him back to his home out of the city.
Stay tuned for a breaking new update concerning Nicholas Sutton.
The Detroit Police Department have now arrested Nicholas Sutton. Details on why he's being arrested are now confirmed. Sources believe he has been identified as the infamous cake frosting thief of Macomb County. Nicholas has strongly denied the accusations, despite having chocolate frosting smudged around his mouth. We will continue this story at a later time.
The Michigan Authority Message Center would like to thank all Southeast Michigan residents for tuning in, and for their cooperation in this time of emergency. Good night to all.